Hi everyone, I'm Eli. I'm going to be discussing my capstone project for this course and my major as a whole. My genre that I picked is the standard academic paper, though I may add a few pictures here and there to try to accentuate certain points or try to help get certain points across. I haven't really decided yet if that's the route I want to go. My topic I'm discussing revolves around the ideas behind why stories and analogies are used to invoke thought or contemplation about real-life issues or problems. Why do we as humans gravitate towards metaphor and fiction when we're trying to get a point across? For example, why did Tolkien choose to write about hobbits and orcs instead of just writing a memoir about his time during World War II? I really wanted to delve deep into the question of why we humans often crave the fantastical, both as artists and audience, as a means of reflection and examination of all these aspects of life. Why is fictional art so cathartic for so many? Obviously, there are no absolutes. Not everyone enjoys fantasy or science fiction or horror or any of these types of things, but the majority of us can enjoy some of these genres, at least from time to time. And oftentimes these kinds of stories have themes which deal in terrible things, such as war or terror or fear of the unknown or uncontrollable. Why do we enjoy watching / reading / creating all these different things in these by means of metaphor? I do think there is an inherent catharsis to experiencing or creating troubling things through the lens of stories. It gives the artist control over these things that they may fear or have anxieties about. And it gives the audience a sense of safety that these things are not happening to them currently while still being a part of the story as they follow the protagonist who is going through these things. It can also help with empathetic or critical skills by putting you in another's shoes. There's that surrogate effect of you being a part of a story without being in it and having an audience feel protective or sympathetic towards characters who may be going through things which parallel the struggles of real people in real life that they might not have sympathized with if they had not read that book or seen that movie or whatever. My key examples and evidence will be from certain novels, just to show examples of the things I'm talking about, and also a few academic articles which touch on certain topics which they intersect with my own, so I think they'll be nice little touchstones to pull from to get my points across and help me say what I need to say. I chose this topic because it really is something I think a lot about and is very personal to me. I love stories. I'm always reading. I think reading a lot can really help widen your perspective on things and people, especially if you read a wide variety of genres and from a diverse array of artists and who have different backgrounds and experiences and points of view. I also love to write myself, and I actually have found this catharsis that I've been talking about within my own writing. In 2020, when the pandemic started and the elections were happening, and there was just all this chaos and confusion and panic among the country, I wrote this book about this nightmare entity trying to take over minds and making people give in to their most fearful and base impulses. It is not, and obviously it's not beat for beat the same because it's science fiction fantasy, but I started writing it during lockdown just to help me get through the days, and it really helped me work through a lot of my own anxieties about the state of the world at the time. So I knew going into my capstone, I wanted to write about something that actually meant something to me as a person and an artist. The only way I think that can keep me invested in writing something 15 pages long is to make it something personal to me and my life and experiences and interests. And I know I can't specifically speak of myself in the paper, but I found several sources that I think will help me provide this clarity, since I can't like speak to myself specifically, and on like the cathartic nature of fantasy and science fiction and those kind of genres. What I have learned about from developing this project, is how to utilize my time and effort. It's often been a struggle with school to keep on top of things with all the time and all the things I have to do. And I've really had to learn to, just keep on top of things and make sure I'm getting things done as I need to, instead of just rushing through everything. And I've also learned it's kind like, as I said, I like the topic I chose, but it is difficult to maintain something like this, even if I care about it. But I think choosing something I care about does make it a little more interesting to write, and I hope to read, because it's being written from someone who actually cares about the topic. The last thing I learned is it pays to be diligent and to really try and care about what you're doing. I think that makes all the difference in most aspects of life, and especially with something like this. Thank you.